Okay, having looked at how psychoanalysis was developed, let's look at his theory of psychoanalysis as a personality theory. What are the major assumptions of psychoanalytic theory? Well, behavior is the result of struggles and compromises among conflicting forces within the individual. The person is viewed as an energy system, the libido, or psychic energy, sexual in nature, with limited amount of energy. A death instinct, meaning a wish to die, and a life instinct, a wish for survival. And to add up together, personality development is the result of struggles among the drives and needs that inevitably conflict within the individual. So these are the major assumptions we continue to look at. So the goal of all behaviors is pleasure seeking, and it's understood as the reduction of tension or the release of the energy. The humans are driven by sexual and aggressive instincts. Specifically, Freud proposed 3 conflicting forces of the individual. The first one he called id, that is the animalistic needs for immediate pleasure or gratification. Second, superego, the moral need for perfection and discipline or self-discipline. And third, the ego, which means the negotiation need for compromising with reality. And finally, the anxiety, which basically means how to deal with the conflicting forces within the self out of the different kinds of things that happen in your life. So I have this very vivid illustration of what id, ego, superego represent. The id is very much like a skull, and it is biological drives, and it is unconscious, and it goes by pleasure principle. And the ego, which is the decision making, conscious, and goes by reality principle. And the superego, which is conscious, and the ego ideal, and is unconscious, and is controlled id, because it generates guilt or shame, those kind of feelings. So this is about the 3 parts of our inner state and how they actually show up. The id is very much like an evil because it looks for immediate pleasure and gratification. The superego acts like an angel, but it's always discipline, moralize one's acts. And the ego has to make a decision whether you want to side with it or you want to side with superego. For instance, for this little boy, after he gets home from school, it says, I want to play. I don't want to care about the homework. But the superego says, no, you have to finish your homework before you can play. Otherwise, you'll be in trouble. And then the poor little child has to decide whether he wants to seek immediate pleasure or gratification of his inner call, which is to play, or to answer the call of the superego, which is to do the homework before he does anything else. And you can imagine, for most boys, probably they're going to side with it, and they want to get immediate fun and forget about homework. And for girls, they side with superego because they want to get praises, get compliments from their teachers or parents. They want to do their homework before they seek any fun. So that's probably a gender difference. Very much for primary school pupils. You can see, for the boys, they have a harder time disciplining themselves. Whereas for girls, they have easier time to discipline themselves. Now, having said all of this, let's look at a videotape demonstrating the inner conflicts or the struggles of the three states. Okay? And I want you to watch and think about two questions. One, how the ego, superego interact during the videotape. Second, what did the guy, the ego, eventually decide of the two separate cases? Let's watch the videotape.
Ego, who deals with the world of reality, but who is also constantly affected by the demands of id and superego.
Just what do you mean you're not sure, David? Either you've got a firm commitment from Robertson or you haven't. Now, which is it? I happen to be in the position where I've got to know.
Well, Mr. Cooper, I'm certain he made a commitment. He didn't give anything in writing.
Oh,
but
he
said...
didn't give you anything in writing.
Smash him. I'll smash him.
I'll kill you, Father.
You must honor Father.
Yes.
And they can bring me back firm commitments. Now, don't interrupt me when I'm telling you how...
Your father is a good man, David. Everyone knows that.
Pick up the telephone.
Honor thy father. Honor thy father. Honor thy father.
I hate him. I hate him.
Honor thy father. Honor thy father, or you will be punished.
He stole Mummy away from me. I'm taking your mother away on a holiday, David. I hate him. I'll kill him. Oh, I love him. Mr. Cooper, I'll go and see Mr. Robertson again. Thank you for letting me explain.
David's hate for Mr. Cooper is based on unconscious hate of his own father, caused by childhood jealousy, by the Oedipus complex. Freud said that without insight into these dark forces, we are doomed to play out our lives in an endless dramatization of our childhood relations with our parents.
It's great to be alone with you, Peggy.
In a restaurant?
Well, you know what I mean. Every time I go to your place, there's your roommate. Doesn't she ever go out?
Sometimes.
That's a nice dress, Peggy.
Thank you, David.
I want warm. I want.
David, little gentleman, don't stare at ladies. You know better than that. Honor thy mother. Honor thy mother.
Would you like something to eat?
No, thanks. I've already eaten.
I want. There, David, baby. Put your head on Mummy's breast. I want warm. It's kind of boring here, isn't it?
Where else could we go, David?
I don't know. Do you have any ideas?
Well, we could go back to my place.
I want warm. I want.
Honor thy mother. Honor thy mother. David? David, what are you doing down in the basement with your sister?
Yeah, let's go. But you're sure it's all right? I mean, you're sure your roommate's out?
Yes.
Our childhood relations with our parents, said Freud, govern all our later affections and often fill them with anxiety. David obviously has little sense of his own identity. Ego's job is to meet the conflicting demands of reality, id, and superego, and still preserve its own true identity.
Now you've watched it. You can see for the first episode, the young guy or the young man sided with superego because his boss scolded him. He tolerated, he endured the scolding and to do the work as indicated. Whereas for the second episode, he sided with the id because the girl said we could go to my home. And if they go there together, or there's nobody around, they could do anything to express their affection for each other. Okay, interesting, huh?